Hello everybody, I'm Shobha and this is Curries for Every Kitchen. First of all, I want to wish everybody a happy Diwali. Diwali is a festival. It's like a big holiday, just as big as Christmas in states or in the Western world. And one thing is like every part of India celebrates it. The first thing they do is like they make some sweets and they share each other, one family to the another. So I want to show you a dish my grandmama told me it's a tradition, but I kind of remix it and to make it into my own recipe. So I'll call this a double delight. I'll show you. We just need a cup of cream of wheat. My pan is getting hot over there. I'm going to put a dry roast cream of wheat just for a second. And to that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. While it's roasting, I have another pan going on over there. One thing you have to remind is you just have to kind of stir it so it won't get too brown or it won't get too black. And when it becomes black, it's not very tasty. So I'm going to dry roast some nuts. I have a quarter cup of cashews and another quarter cup of blanched almonds, the skin removed almonds. I'm going to dry roast them also. Now, you just have to stir until the butter melts. And when the butter melts, it coats all the cream of wheat and it gives you very nutty taste to the cream of wheat. Okay, this is almost getting brown. To that, I'm going to add 1 cup of dry coconut flakes. In this form you can find it in Indian store, or you can buy regular unsweetened coconut from regular supermarket and run it to your food processor until it becomes very thin flakes. The object is like we want it very thin pieces. We don't want it to be very thick so you won't bite into them. And we need the flavor, but we don't want very thick pieces of it. To that, I'm going to add 1 cup of sugar. Now you can see nuts are roasting away. Make sure they don't go too much brown. I'm sorry, I'm making a mess. To our brown nuts, we want to make a paste of it when they're cooled up a little bit. To flavor our sweet, I'm going to use a cardamom. I'm going to use a big cardamom. It's kind of brownish than the green cardamom. This one has a burst of flavor, very strong. Sometimes it just takes over your palate. So I started using a big cardamom, which is a brown cardamom. It has the same flavor as the small cardamom, but it's very mild. It doesn't take over your palate. So I started using these. We just need to peel off the seeds and crush the seeds and put them in there. Okay, we are back. What I did was I just grinded all the dry roasted nuts like cashews and almonds along with the cardamom seeds into paste into a powder. It doesn't have to be real fine smooth powder. If you have some nut pieces, that's okay. It tastes good. And I add to the mixture, cream of wheat mixture we are already mixed. And meanwhile also I roasted few more cashews and few more golden raisins and another tablespoon of butter. And I'm adding that to this along with a cup of boiling water. Well, we're going to start with a half a cup first. If we need it, we can add more. Just pour it in the center and make sure it comes up all together. That's enough. We don't need any more water. And we need to cool this a little bit for like maybe 10 minutes until we can handle it with our hands to make it into small balls. So I'm just going to cover it and cool it for 10 minutes. Okay, we're back. It's cool enough to handle now. You just wet your hands a little bit. Take a half a teaspoonful of it and roll it between your palms until you make a small little balls like that. And for a cup of cream of wheat and all those, it'll make 20 to 25. Now, these are delightful to eat, just like this. This is what my grandma taught me. I went a little further. What I was doing right here is, by the way, once you make these rolls, they need to be cool for at least 2 to 3 hours before you do it. I have some already made. What I do is, I take these and dip them in chocolate. So, there you have it, your sweet of Double Delight. I'll show you how we can dip them in the chocolate. Okay, our laddus were cool enough and they could cool for 3 hours. And what I did was I melted some store-bought chocolate chips. I took Ghirardelli chocolate chips and these are milk chocolate. And I just put it on a hot water pan and another pan on top of it like double boiler. But make sure you don't touch, the hot water shouldn't touch the top pan. So otherwise it will scorch the chocolate and chocolate taste below. So now these things, you just roll them in the chocolate. Make sure all the chocolate dips off and put them in a parchment paper. Once you put it in a parchment paper, they have to be refrigerated at least for an hour until chocolate solidifies. Just as easy. You don't need any special equipment to do that. Just your regular old kitchen equipment. Make sure it's coated all the sides of our laddus. If you want to be even fancier, you can put up white chocolate swirls on top of it once it gets dried. So that's our chocolate delights. Hi, we are back and our candy is all nicely formed up, and while it is forming up, I just melted some white chocolate in the microwave and I swirled it over. Look how nice they look. You made your own candy. How cool is that? And this candy has a center that's very exotic and very nice and very sweet. There's my Double Delights. I hope you try and make them. Next time when you have a party or as a Christmas gift, make this candy. Invest 2 hours of your time on a weekend and make this candy and give them as a Christmas gift, like a nice in a box. Wow, how cool is that?